Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Boneless Dumb, and I'm back with episode 2 in the Where Are They Now series. We're going to be talking about how you go from this.
All right, back on topic. They contacted me. They said they want to post my videos. I sent them down. Mission is going to compensate to me based on the number of views. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be posting when.
To this.
Because she can.
You can? What are you
Yeah.
blending with there? The quick.
Let me tell you something, bro. She can. She can do whatever she want to do. Yeah.
That's real. That's real. Hell yeah. Because camo's dope. I'm wearing camo too. We're matching.
She can. She can do whatever she want to do.
Yeah.
This is a story of the incredible rise and disturbing fall of Onlyusemeblade. For those of you who don't know, Onlyusemeblade got his start on YouTube in 2009-2010, doing Call of Duty commentaries. As the name suggests, he only used the knife, which gained him popularity in that he was putting himself at a disadvantage, showing that you can still get good games, get good scores only using the knife. People enjoyed his videos. At the start, he had a good personality on his commentaries, but like we always talk about, once the shift to live streaming happens, there's no longer a delete key where you can delete footage. Now, it's live. Whatever you say or do is out there forever on the internet. Once the Call of Duty scene ran dry from him, which could be because there's only so much you can do with a knife, and when you put yourself into that corner with that content, eventually you will run out of things to do, and your viewers won't find it new anymore. He switched to drunk live streaming, which is probably the single worst life decision he could make. While making the Call of Duty commentaries, for the most part, Onlyusemeblade was sober after drinking heavily in college. However, once he began drinking again, things went downhill, and they went downhill quickly. Blade started live streaming around the year 2011, so we've got basically a 2-year period in which he was only doing these pre-recorded YouTube video commentaries. So 2 years he starts live streaming, and very quickly it devolves into his viewers giving donations for him to take shots, which led to him getting incredibly drunk, almost always blackout drunk, saying racial slurs, taking his shirt off to reveal a man that was, by my estimates, at least 40% body fat, with his health rapidly declining already. But this is important because at this point in time, he'd received enough success on YouTube that he felt comfortable quitting his job. So at this point, in just 2 short years, he'd backed himself into this corner where he quit his job, and his only discernible skill was getting drunk on the internet in exchange for donations from his viewers. We talk about these things a lot when people set themselves up in a very niche portion in the community. We see a lot of burnout, a lot of failure, and a lot of addiction because all of his bills he has to pay are now contingent upon him continuing day in and day out to get blackout drunk, keep gaining weight, have his liver and heart deteriorate. But the alternative is starvation and poverty. So this is really the beginning of the end, and he did it in pretty much record time. It's pretty much a speed run for destroying a channel and setting your life up for professional alcoholism. Throughout the years, Blade made many what you could call apology videos where he talks about the racial slurs and the content he has on streams while drunk, stating that's not how he actually feels, that he's not actually a racist, that he just says those things because he's drunk, and that he has an issue with drinking, that it's destroying his relationships, destroying his health, and just destroying his life in general. He consistently says over the course of multiple years that he needs to stop drinking. When he's sober, he seems to have all the pieces together. However, he just never quits drinking. And despite him being fully aware that he needs to make a change, he's unable, unwilling, or both of those things to actually make any change in his life. So it's just this cycle spanning over multiple years where he does and says things that he allegedly regrets and then makes absolutely zero effort towards changing his behavior. I feel like a lot of these videos were simply to try and maintain any grip he had on actual fans. However, we see quickly the only people tuning in to watch him are simply trying to get him drunk and trying to get him to say these things. Maybe it's because his viewers are racist, or maybe it's just because they're edgy kids who think it's funny when someone says those kinds of things, when someone does those kinds of things. Or maybe they're just sick individuals who enjoy watching someone's life fall apart. And that is not to say that the viewers and the donators are to blame for Blade's behavior. I personally feel that he's an absolute scumbag, and everything he does and says is his own fault. However, you have to wonder what the people tuning in to each and every stream are like. At this point in the video, you may be thinking to yourself, wow, he's hit rock bottom. But for Blade, this is actually pretty good compared to where rock bottom actually is. In 2018, he moves in with popular real-life streamer Ice Poseidon, where he quickly becomes the class clown in a group full of exclusively clowns. He's used for his comedic shock value. He's seen urinating on stream, trying to fight people, continuing to use his favorite words, racial slurs. He's seen groping women. And at this point in time in 2018, I suppose it was a different time because very few people took exception to this. These streamers still brought women around Blade and still exploited his behavior to their childish audience as, like I said, comedic shock value. This is where, in my opinion, Blade becomes indefensible and no longer worthy of any more second chances. I'm a forgiving guy, probably more forgiving than others, but at this point in time, in my opinion, Blade is no longer deserving of any type of forgiveness from the internet. These streamers do attempt to hold an intervention for Blade. They felt the need to publish it, but I suppose no true crisis is complete without generating ad revenue and producing content. There are some heartfelt words in it. However, as with the time Keemstar attempted to get Blade to stop drinking, it falls short, and Blade just doesn't have the motivation, the willpower, or the strength to quit drinking. It's just got too strong of a grip on him. He's too dependent, too addicted, and despite what you might call their best efforts, it simply doesn't work. And continuing with our reoccurring theme of that's not rock bottom yet, Blade decides to go on a trip with a bunch of other drunk streamers whose names I won't mention because I don't want to give free advertising for a bunch of scumbags. However, on this trip, he is accused of sexually assaulting a drunk, passed out woman whose name I also won't mention. There's supposedly video evidence of it, and the internet widely agrees that he probably did it, with some dissenting opinions. However, I can't tell enough from the video to tell you 100% true or false. He was never convicted of it, and I cannot show you that clip because I value my YouTube channel not being banned, unlike Blade. In this video, we've discussed a ton of controversies, a ton of reasons why Blade is the way he is. There's realistically too many clips to go over, and a lot of them I'm unable to put in this video due to monetization issues and due to YouTube's terms of service. However, if you wish to see the true shot content and the true Onlyusemeblade, you just have to type his name into the YouTube search bar, and there are thousands of videos of him committing all the acts I discussed in this video and more. There are entire channels dedicated to archiving and documenting his downfall and his misdeeds. A lot of content creators have made videos that are against Blade, and probably an equal number of them have made videos trying to encourage him on a path towards sobriety. However, at this point in time, it seems as though it all may be worthless. It's been over the course of a decade, and I don't know. I don't know if Blade can be saved. I don't know of many people who are still willing to put forth the effort. Keemstar, one of Blade's closest friends in the past, has said he's tried 3 times, dedicated his time and money trying to get his old friend sober. but to absolutely no avail. And I think at this point in time, Keemstar and many others have simply run out of patience, and the heartbreak's been too much watching someone who they actually cared about continuing down this path and refusing to change. Despite hundreds of wake-up calls and thousands of opportunities, Blade continues to refuse to change. His health continues on this downward spiral, and based on the average life expectancy of an alcoholic, he has fewer than 15 years left on this earth. He's done damage to his body that at this point in time is irreversible, and he likely faces a very painful death in the near future. He continues to be unable to hold any true meaningful romantic relationship. Almost all of his viewers are simply there to watch this downward spiral we keep talking about, and a lot of them even openly admit to donating to see him die. Regardless of your opinions about Blade, this truly is a cautionary tale about the dangers of alcoholism and of internet fame. If you feel as though you might be developing alcoholism, or if you feel as though you are an alcoholic, please seek treatment, seek help, reach out to your friends and your family, and try and better yourself. It's not too late for you, it may be too late for Blade. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video. I know it was very dark. I hope you found it informative. I'm not even going to say I hope you found it entertaining, because that's not the purpose of this video. Please let me know in the comments section who you want to see next. Please make it something more upbeat. I want to cover something upbeat and wholesome after making this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got videos nearly every day when I have the time. Boneless wings are dumb. My name's Boneless Dumb, and I'm out.